Now, you've done a little, you mentioned you did a bit of research, even though it's, not self-funded, but I mean funded from within, so you don't have these massive university grants, which gives you the sort of scope. I mean, I'd love to win the lottery. There's so much I do. But can you share us with a little bit of what the research is after, and if you've had any reasonable results, what sort of things? Can you share a bit of that with us at this stage?
Yeah, so we are working on data analysis now because with our researchers, our researcher in the universities. So I have just the rough data. We did a single session test with 83 clients, and just to see if the original data that are spread all around the world are the same in Italy, and it seems that they are.
Wow.
We know that around 45% of clients to which you ask if single session is enough, they say, yeah, it's enough. And this is in line with the global data, because they say that around 40 to 60% of clients say that one session is enough if you approach the session with a single session mindset. And this is very interesting, Matthew, about the mindset, because if you approach through the first session with a single session mindset, if you just do a normal session, a psychodynamic session or strategic session, or whatever session, people still just attend for one session, but it's 20 to 30%. If you change your mindset and adopt a single session mindset, it grows up to 40 to 60. And this is important. For example, in single session therapy, when you do that with a single session mindset, you generally start the session saying, hello, I just want to say that for some people, one session is enough. So we will see if at the end of this session, you will ask for another session or not.
Okay, so the client is prime. The client is primed to know that this is that's the mindset. So do you have a control where the client is not aware and it's only the mindset of the therapist?
If the client say, no, I want other session, of course you allow him to have other session. It's all in the client's hands, Some guys, many guys, but I'm thinking to Monty Bubble and Arnold's Live in Texas and Canada. They also give a questionnaire, before the session, in which they ask, for example, about the goal of the session, to think about the goal of the session, to think about some resources of the client. This helps the client to focus on that session, and it helps, of course. And another thing that we say is that around 80% of the clients who just attend for one session, they doesn't need another session. They don't come back, And we also are doing the follow-up, but we're just at the beginning, so I have no reasonable data.
So what about the establishment, the professional establishment? Are they accepting of this idea? Is it something that's well brought in, or is it something that's resisted a little bit by it sounds like the clients are very receptive to this, but is the Italian establishment as open towards it?
So where we start, this is funny. In the very first workshop we had in 2017, I think, in January of 2017, at the day of the very first workshop, nobody talks about single session therapy. I did with my team a lot of marketing, let's say. I talked about that, but nobody said nothing. And I say, oh God, people in Italy are not interested in single session therapy. But at the end of the workshop, the day the workshop ended, it's a 2 days workshop, I start to see comments on Facebook, of course, because people live there. And they were bad comments. Oh, what the hell is that? I was kind of relieved because I say, oh yeah, people are interested in this. And so we have a lot of negative comments at the beginning because from psychologists, from therapists, because it's different, it's something that in Italy almost nobody knew, even if Moshe Talmon started 30 years ago in USA. And but for every, let's say that for every 5 negative comments, we have 1 interested comment. And our classes are growing. This weekend we will have workshop in Milan, and we have 40 participants. And this year, for the very first time, 3 public hospitals call us to do single session therapy in public service. It's very important. It's very special to me because there is where the people goes. The people go to public health. We have a public health system. I think it's similar to the Australian public system. You don't pay for insurance. You have free public. But this means that if you have panic attacks, you probably need to wait for 14 months, or it depends, 2 months. So you can die with panic attacks.
You die first. And you're coming. You're going to be coming to Australia to speak at the conference very shortly. When's that happening?
So it's in October, if I remember well, the 22 or I won't say the right date. So
we'll put the information on in the show notes.
Okay.
Well, if you want to know more about the science of psychotherapy, come across to our website, thescienceofpsychotherapy.com, and our podcast of the same name, and learn more about the science of you.